Lookingbill and Mark's Principles of Dermatology. And as we see in this app here, we can always start with a table of contents. We can see that there are principles, growths, rashes, dermal rashes, ulcers, hair and nails, mucous membranes. We can go by symptom, and there's even a nice self-assessment section. So let's say we were looking at skin signs of systemic disease. We click into that. We can just look at the photographs for fun, and here's a very nice example of meningococcemia. Here's a sweet syndrome case, a neutrophilic dermatosis, scabies, Hodgkin's disease with excoriations, Kaposi sarcoma with very many violaceous papules and plaques, bad case of psoriasis, metastatic lymphoma, inflammatory breast carcinoma, and subacute cutaneous lupus erythematosus. So very good examples there. But we can also look at it through fever and rash. What are the important points here? Here's that meningococcemia, sweet syndrome also can have a fever. Okay, so we can just look through any of these with, say, we wanted to know more about some section here, like eczematous rashes. There's so many different red rashes. We could look at the pictures, we could go to the content, but we can also jump around within the section. Let's say we really want to focus on atopic dermatitis. We can go there, and we can learn the key points, get a nice definition. Here are the photographs on atopic dermatitis, showing all kinds of different patterns that one might see. And so this is another way to learn and study. Now, if you just want to look something up and you want to quickly get to it, you go to a search. If you've already looked it up before, you can just click on a recent search like planus for lichen planus, inflammatory papules, and here's lichen planus, and we can see key points. We can also, of course, go to part of the area where actually the best way to do this, if you want to see the pictures instead of doing the text search, let's go to actually the image search, and here we actually see lichen planus affecting the nails. Other images might be inflammatory papules, a very actually very nice case of lichen planus showing the Kebner's phenomenon where the papules occur in a linear fashion. So that was all from starting a search. Now if we want to start a new search, let's say we don't know how to spell something very well, but let's try something like foliaceous, which is kind of tricky. So there it is. So we just really needed to know the first few letters, and it'll spell foliaceous for us. And we can look at pemphigus foliaceous, which is what I was looking for, but if we typed in pemphigus, we'd get also pemphigus vulgaris. So here we got pemphigus foliaceous. We got a nice picture showing the crusting that happens after the bulli break, and you get this kind of cornflake crusting look to it. Very nice picture there. And if we, once we're in this section, if we want, we can also, of course, jump around and look at other parts of the chapter. So going back to results, we could also just look straight at, here's the example of foliaceous appearing in the actual image. Okay, and sometimes there'll be a table, but only occasionally. There's a lot more text and images than tables. You can look at bookmarks, things that you bookmarked before, like I had bookmarked the inflammatory papule section. You can also go to something, let's say you were looking at a brown recluse spider bite and you wanted to bookmark that particular image. You just click on the little bookmark, And now, when we were to go back to bookmarks, which we could actually do by even using this little home button because it gives you all these options, go back to the bookmarks. Now we also have a number of bookmarked images, including the one that I just did, and previously I had bookmarked a superficial spreading melanoma. You could also make a note if you want about the melanoma here. Let's see, I don't know what we want to say about this one, but maybe it's got some of those A, B, C, D things. So we might say A, B, C, D, E, just to put something down. And we've saved it. And it in fact does have all those A, B, C, D's, E's of a melanoma. And so we've made a note. But one of the things we could also do is we could actually go and look at what are our notes that we've done. We've done some notes on other images. A note I did on epidermal or on this nodular basal cell carcinoma. I made a note there, and we could look at that note, or we can, here's the note that I had made earlier. Cancel that. And we can create notes for all different things. So we've got the ability to go through the contents, to create our own searches, to repeat searches, to put bookmarks for easy navigation back to spots you want to do and look at again, and notes for your own notes. And then there's the About section, which if you start off, you can always, if this is a new app for you or a new system you haven't used before, a lot of the navigation information is all in the About section, although it's really quite self-evident. This was developed by Usatine Media. I'm Dr. Usatine. Peter Erickson is our lead software developer. Together we have put this together for you, and it's really a fabulous product, and I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you for your listening, and hope you're having a good day.